Welcome to Org Security Center. This is a suite of 6 applications that help with every aspect of org security. We have a special focus on profiles and permission sets. This application is easy to use. Download the Metazoa player, run it, and you'll come here to the main screen. You can select any of the applications from the list over here at left, log into any Salesforce account over here at right, and click the Launch button to run the application. Let's look at all of these different applications in turn. The Profiles and Permission Sets report will display all of your profiles and permission set groups and permission sets in a matrix display. It makes it very easy to understand the structure of your org permissions. Let's take a look. So right now I'm displaying Apex class access across the top with all of my profiles down the side. And you can look through that report or look at, for example, application visibility across the top by profile, or object permissions. And you can do all the same things with your permission sets. So for example, you can now see all of your permission sets down the side and user permissions across the top. You can do the same thing for permission set groups. In this case, we include all of the permission sets in the group minus the muting permission, and that's the information we use to generate this display. We also have combined security reports. Now, this report will show users down the left-hand side, and in this case, object permissions across the top. And for each cell, we start with the user's profile, add in the impact of all of their permission sets and permission set groups, and derive the combined security for that user. So, for example, this user started out with profile permission to read and view. He then had a permission set that gave him create, delete, edit, and read permission. So his combined security gives him create, delete, edit, read, and view for this particular object. Now you can select any of these reports that you're interested in by checking the box and go to the Display Report tab, and we will generate an aggregate report with all of the information that you're interested in. This report is easy to customize. For example, you can trim down the size of any table. In this case, these are profiles by object permissions. That might focus on some aspect of security that you're interested in. You can include labels, and you can also expand the permissions if you want to view them by column instead of by cell, depending on what your auditors want to see. All right, that's Profiles and Permission Sets, an absolutely vital report for org security. The best practice is to move away from too many profiles and start using permission sets and permission set groups. This will make the permission structure of your org easier to understand and maintain. This next application, User Permission Assignments, helps you do exactly that. You can display any number of users over here at left. When you select a user, you will see the profile, permission set groups, and permission sets that are assigned to that user. You can click the checkboxes, click the Save Assignments button, and change the assignments. This makes it very easy to see and re-architect all of your permission set assignments. You can also flip the view. If you select the Permission Set Groups column, now you'll see your permission set groups, and when you select them, you'll see the permission sets that belong to that group and the user assignments. You can do the same thing with the Permission Sets column. When you select a permission set, you'll see the groups it belongs to and the direct user assignments. When you've selected a column, you can right-click and edit, delete, create, or duplicate the items in that column. We have powerful editors that make it easy to edit these items, including your permission sets. So for example, you can see all of the different object permissions in the permission set and change the values, tab permissions, or user permissions. You can also calculate permissions and bring in the union, difference, or intersection of other permission sets or profiles. User permission assignments can also help you create permission set groups. Go to the Create Groups tab, click any permission sets that are often used together. The Calculate Assignments button will show you that these two users share these 3 permission sets. Fill out the group information and click the Create Group button. This will automatically create a new permission set group with the selected permission sets and remap all user assignments. If you go back to the first tab, you can see now the new group has been created, it has these 3 permission sets, and it's been assigned to these users. User permission assignments can also help you merge similar profiles. Go to the Merge Profiles tab and select any profiles that you know to be similar. Click the Calculate Replacements button. This will calculate a new merged base profile and the permission sets necessary to make up the difference. Fill out your profile information and click the Merge Profiles button. This will create the new merged profile, the two new permission sets, and reassign all users. This is a key technology to reducing your dependence on profiles in a graceful manner. Lastly, User Permission Assignments has a bunch of useful reports that document all of your user assignments. Select the reports that you're interested in, go to the Display Report tab, and it will generate comprehensive reports on all of your assignments. A customer told me that an employee had left but logged back into their Salesforce org, and they wondered why. Another example is if a username and password are lost, is there any malicious activity in the org? The User Activity Timeline Report can really help you get to the bottom of questions like this. This report will show all of the interactions that a user has with your Salesforce org over a given time frame. You can select any user over here at left, a time frame up here at top, and over here at right, the activities that you're interested in. The event log file will show you Apex executions, flow executions, dashboard views, and document, attachment, and report downloads. Login history will show you all of the failures and successes. Setup audit trail will cover administrative activities, changes to the org. You might also be interested in any standard or custom objects that a user has created or modified. Lastly, there's a lot of information about changes to the org in the history objects. All you have to do is select the activities that you're interested in, click the Preview Report tab, and see the User Timeline Report. The Timeline Report will show all user activities organized by time frame. The report is color-coded for low, medium, and high-risk activities. You can change the color codes based on your business process. If you pull down the top tab, you'll see all the user activities on a bar chart by day. If you click on any day, it will take you to that section of the report, and you can dig into the details. On the first tab, you can select multiple users, and then when you go to the Display Report tab, you'll see a roll-up report for each user. That's the User Activity Timeline Report. The user role hierarchy is a vital part of org security. It controls data visibility and a number of other systems. Our Relationship Hierarchies report makes it really easy to edit the user role hierarchy. You can drag and drop to move user roles anywhere that you want, and they're very quickly moved into place so you can re-architect the hierarchy. You can select any of the user roles and then assign users very quickly to the role, and you can see the assigned users when you click on a role, and you can create and delete new roles as well. On the Select Reports tab, you can generate a number of different reports about the user role hierarchy and display those on the Display Report tab. The last two reports are the Salesforce Limits and Security Health Check reports. You can customize them and color code them. So for Salesforce Limits, you can look at your organizational limits, your individual limits for any one of the objects. You can check these boxes, and the Display Report tab will generate all that information for you. This is great for security and compliance. And our last report is the Security Health Check. This is also another customizable color-coded report. You can check any of the security categories that you care about here, and on the Display Report tab, you can generate and customize all this information. This is a good weekly compliance report. All right, there you have it. Org Security Center has a wide variety of reports that are very useful for monitoring your Salesforce org, as well as fixing problems with profiles and permissions.